What's up YouTube, this is GalacticGod, and I'm coming at you now with a video idea for a new Pendulum Summoning OTK. Now of course the Pendulum Summoning mechanic is not yet released here in the TCG, so there's a lot of variables that go into considering this combo. First, you will need 6 cards to complete this. So if the TCG follows suit with the OCG, and they limit the amount of cards you draw in your first turn to 5, you will need to go second to complete this combo. If the TCG stays separate than the OCG, and we continue to be able to get 6 cards in our first starting opening hand, then you can go first to complete this OTK/FTK. Also, a lot of the information that I will be using on how Pendulum Summoning works is taken from the Yugioh organization webpage. I'm going to have a link to it down in the description below for those of you guys who wish to check that out. I will also slightly be explaining how some of the mechanics work throughout the video. Alright, so and without any further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started with this Pendulum Summoning OTK. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and place our pendulum monsters in the pendulum zones. As you can see, this one has a pendulum scale of 1, while the other one has a pendulum scale of 8. This is not necessarily integral to the combo, you just need to have one that's at least between 1 and 5. For this example though, I did print off some proxies so that you can better illustrate how this is going to work. At this point we can go ahead and perform our pendulum summoning. We can send both of these cards to the top of our extra deck. We can go ahead and special summon all monsters that are between the levels of 1 and 8 from our hand, meaning any monsters level 2 through 7 can be special summoned at this point. And we're going to bring out all of these monsters right here. Alright, so at this point we're going to go ahead and start the combo off. We're going to use Cannon Soldier's effect to tribute Quillbolt Hedgehog, send him to the graveyard, doing 500 points of damage. We're going to go ahead and keep track of things over here. Next, we're going to go ahead and use Cannon Soldier's effect to go ahead and destroy our next Quillbolt Hedgehog, doing another 500 points of damage. At this point, we can go ahead and use both of our Quillbolt Hedgehog's effects to go ahead and special summon them back to the field, because we do have a tuner monster on the field, which is Junk Synchron. For this combo too, also any tuner monster is perfectly fine. It doesn't have to be Junk Synchron. I just kind of use this for an example, like if you were playing some kind of junk deck or something like that. Normally at this point, once the Quillbolt Hedgehogs leave the field, they're removed from play instead of going back to the graveyard. But we can kind of get around this by Exceed summoning with them. So we're going to go ahead and make an Exceed summon and bring out a rank 2 Exceed monster. We're going to use Cannon Soldier's effect again. That's going to destroy our rank 2 Exceed monster and send our Quillbolt Hedgehogs now to the graveyard. Now we can use both of their effects again to special summon them back to the field and perform another Exceed summon. We're going to use Cannon Soldier's effect again to go ahead and destroy our Shining Elf and send our Hedgehogs to the graveyard. Once again, we're going to keep repeating this process by special summoning them out since we do have a tuner monster on the field, and then destroying this card with Cannon Soldier's effect. Quillbolt Hedgehogs are going to come back out via their effect. We're going to go ahead and perform another Exceed summon, and so forth and so on. We're going to keep doing this over and over again until we've essentially done enough damage to destroy our opponent with Cannon Soldier. So over and over again, we just keep performing the same trick. We just have to do this enough times, really, until we can do the full 8,000 points of damage to our opponent. Once we've reached that point that we can do 8,000 damage, we will no longer need to keep bringing back our Quillbolt Hedgehogs. We can just do it one last time. Bring back the Quillbolt Hedgehogs again, and then go ahead and use Cannon Soldier to tribute each of them off. And then you could even tribute Cannon Soldier himself off. You can keep doing the loop over and over again until you've actually run out of Exceed monsters. So if you needed to play cards like Upstart Goblin or whatever to try and get to your combo pieces faster, that is possible. You just keep reusing the same trick over and over again. So, in the comment section below, remember, let me know what you think of this Pendulum Summoning OTK. If you guys yourself have thought of any ways to abuse this new mechanic. And I guess that's it for now. This is GalacticGod, out.